decider. And this is looking like another cracking event over the next hour or so. As again, we have a nice representation of talent from the various continents. Men's 65 kilo final. We're actually approaching 4:30 as opposed to 4:20 Dubai time, but I think we've kept up with the schedule very well, considering this is the 6th weight division to be decided today. The 5th session. Harold Shekhar Kamara of Sierra Leone. Nice to see them have a few athletes here. As is Beknagiev Shin Young-hun of Korea. Obada Hassawi of Saudi Arabia. We'll be seeing him in Group B. Kazuki Okayama. He seems very happy to be here. For Japan, and Ahmed Al-Kaki for Iraq. Those are the 6 in Group B. And in Group A, Marek Trikash of Poland. Ali Saifi of Iran. Welcome aboard. Ashok of India. Now he'll be a prime contender after the continental successes he's had. And what about this man, the world champion Hossein Bessir of Algeria. Juan Carlos Garrido, who's already seen one America's record go. Well, what about here? Juan Carlos Garrido of Chile. And the opportunities of doing big things for Amir Jafari Arenga of Iran, the World Championship silver medalist. So those are the campaigners. And now introducing the controllers. Our referees for the 65 kilo final will be as follows. Yasser Musla of Yemen, Fatih Lashahab of Libya, and Norsia Mohammed of Malaysia. And the technical controller for this final will be Conrado Bronacci of Brazil. Group A, belting names in that. Gotta say, some belting names actually in Group B. Our record holders, Mark Swan of Great Britain. He's done brilliantly to burst into the scene in the past year. A lot of new British competitors coming in who have been really good, as we saw in the European Championships in Tbilisi in September. So, the crowd are in, the athletes are in, you're in, I'm in, our friend next door is in. Here we go! So we've got 12 in this, 6 in Group A, 6 coming now in Group B. Let the good times roll. First international competition coming up for Sierra Leone, Harold Sheka Kamara, with his coach Unika Kabu. We've seen a number of nations from their general part of the world break through in the last couple of years, and it is very, very welcome that that should be the case too. Well, he's starting at 60. This will be a new lifetime best. Steady does it. Get the technique right and the lines correct. And Kamara! Yes! That's a lovely lift from Kamara! Believable, Jeff. And Harold Sheka Kamara will lead. It's the start of the competition, and the colours of Sierra Leone and the national kit, something that we have not regularly seen in powerlifting. But we are now, and it's great. We have had Robert Sugi Thomas and Brima Tamawa, who has also competed here. They are the previous competitors all time internationally in powerlifting for Sierra Leone, and now we have another one, and how welcome. And this man is welcome as well, the World Junior 7th placer in Tbilisi last year, Asis Beknabayev of Kyrgyzstan. So here he is, well in position, well placed, and a chance for this young man who's in the rookie category still, Nabrayev. That is an excellent lift by the 17-year-old. 105, and the rookie Asian record is 118. I wonder if that's a target for Asis Beknabayev today. So now coming out for Korea is Shin Yong-hun, who finished 4th in the Asia Oceania Championships in terms of the total lift. He was 7th overall in terms of the best lift. 28th in the World Championships last year. That was a long event. His regular coach is Choi In Kyu. Coach, ready? Club Hon Seung Gun. As he goes here for 117, which is only 8 shy of what he achieved the Asia Oceania Championships earlier this year. He got all his marks in there. 115, 120, 123. And 117 is a good place for Shin to start. It is a good lift, and it is an early lead for Shin. And on he can go. Very well done. Very, very well done. And if he can continue in that vein, remember, he did finish a very, very creditable 4th place in the total for the Asia Oceania Championships. So Hassawi of Saudi Arabia, who we did not see in the Asia Oceania Championships, but who was at the Worlds in Tbilisi, and he finished 25th in that. In terms of his previous successes, very good at on an underage basis. He was the Asian Youth Games silver medalist once upon a time. Back in 2017. Going here for 130. 12th of the Fazza World Cup back in 2018. 4th in the Egger World Cup. Now that was impressive in 2019. Sixth in the Junior World Championships in Nur Sultan. So he's made his mark a little bit. We've seen some excellent lifting so far. This then for 130 to continue. Oh, he hasn't though. 2 against him on the press sequence, I fear to say. Unfortunately. And unsuccessful to start with. Well, next to go, a man who we saw earlier this year in the Asia Oceania Championship in Kazuki Okayama, for Japan. He finished 8th in that, both in terms of the best lift and then the total lift. The former World Junior bronze medalist 2017 in Mexico City, Asian Youth Games silver that same year, and 8th in the Asia Oceania Championships in 2018 as he was this year. So it's consistency at the very least. And in that marathon World Championship final last year in Tbilisi, and remember it was even more marathon because we had half-hour gaps between the groups in order for everything to be wiped down, COVID and all that. He finished 15th, which was creditable. Part of the new generation, the massive, burgeoning new population of Asian and more particularly Japanese powerlifters. And he has been a tennis player as well. He's the Japan champion. Lives in Funabashi. So here he comes. This for the lead for Japan. That is a lovely looking lift. The technique was just great. 133. Well, that's a lifetime best by a huge amount. 110 he lifted in the Asia Oceania Championships. He missed a couple at 120. And here he is, 133. And that is huge. And he was originally looking at 138. Well, he's done the right thing. Can't criticize anything of what he's done there. That was just a lovely looking lift. And you think about what he's done in terms of a lifetime best, that is awesome. Just look at that. That is the technique that you want to see followed every time. No doubt about that. And now, the last man to be introduced in this group, Ahmed Al-Karki, who, remember, coming for Iraq, they did not compete in the Asia Oceania Championships in Korea. But they did guest not very far away in Cairo in the African Championships just a few weeks ago, a few short weeks ago. Finished 4th in the open competition there. He was 1 kilo away from the medals, and he was actually in the medals at the end of the second round with 176, but Hossam El Ghafari overtook him on 177, and then Al-Karki himself missed out 180 in the final round. So he's looking for a high placing here. If he takes this, he goes in the lead by a large amount, by 32 kilos. Gets it up for a good lift, 165, and he is well ahead. What a very impressive effort by the former World Junior silver medalist. Behind Bonnie Gustin, the man from Baghdad is in the lead by a large amount. He's been in 2 World Championships already. Despite the fact he's only 20, made his debut when he was 17 at Asian Youth Games Gold in 2017. World Junior Silver in 2019. West Asian Games Champion in 2019. So Harold Shekhar Kamara, having had that excellent success, a lifetime best of 60 with his first attempt, going again now at 70 and another attempt at a lifetime best. He has prospered so far. It has been brilliant to see. And Kamara going for 70 now. Placed in by Unika Kabu, the on-stage coach. That's raised for 70. Well, he showed really good composure in the previous round, but this time 2-1 against him on the stop sequence, sadly. So, no joy, but he's got one more attempt to come in and try and put it to rights. But still, one lifetime best. I'm so happy that, well, I suppose what must be the largest ever Sierra Leone team in any powerlifting competition is being witnessed here. Ahmed Al-Kake leading on 165. Okiyama second for Japan, 133. Shin third, 117. Now Bayev in fourth on 105. And Kamara fifth on 60 kilos. So, Nabiev now. I still wonder how tempted he is to have a go at the next gen record. But he's not even a next gen yet, he's a rookie. That's 118, he's going for 111 here. So maybe stepping stones. Maybe very, very interested in it. This heading towards lifetime best territory again. So, 111. He will stay where he is in terms of the position. He would be fourth overall, and that is where he remains. But he adds another 6 onto his score, 111, and he leads in terms of the total lift as well. That can be very, very useful as we go on into the next stages. As is Beknabiev of Kyrgyzstan, 111. I have to be impressed by what he's producing on stage at such a young age. Well, it's a nice arena, this, I have to say. It is well dressed up. Remember, we were here 8 years ago for the World Championship. That was back when it was every 4 years. And the midway point between the Paralympic Games, but now it's moved on to every 2 and in odd numbered years. Shin Yong-hun of Korea going for 120 and another lifetime best after securing 117 in the previous round. He would stay where he is in third position. Okiyama second place on 133, and Alkaki leading on 165. And, from here on in, we are seeing some interesting leaps. Not the next competitor, but the two after are adding on a decent whack, I think it's fair to say. Shin at 120 for Korea, and that is a good lift. He has 2 white lights in his favour, and that is all he needs. Abada Hassawi of Saudi Arabia missed his first round attempt of 130, and he is staying at it. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, silver in the Asian Youth Games in 2017, 6th in those World Junior Championships a couple of years ago. Hassawi then, 130. Didn't see him actually at the Asia Oceania Championships in Korea. Obviously, there are some situations that for some countries travel to events like this, or as guests at the African Championships, if there's someone like Caro, is a bit of a help as he gets that raised at 130. Has he got it right this time? He has got it right this time! It's 2 out of 3 in his favour, and that is Abada Hassawi on the board for 130 kilos. And that is a very, very good mark. Excellent positivity. And Hassawi can now have a look at other marks further on. Two to go in this round, and a leap of 7 kilos for the two to come. Kazuki Okiyama of Japan, 133 in the opening round, going for 140 now. The World Junior bronze medalist in Mexico City. What a lovely venue that was. The Olympic Basketball Stadium from 1968, which is still being used today for the Mexican League. At the Palacio de los Deportes, which is still in constant use. Now they had to do a little bit of repairs in 2017 because of the earthquake there. It was supposed to be a bit earlier in the year, around September. Then unfortunately the earthquake happened, 300 or 400 people killed and that, and obviously a lot of damage, and small bit of damage to the venue. So that ended up taking place this time of the year. So for Japan, Kazuki Okayama, 140. But 2-1 against. It's the two side referees, unfortunately. And a little bit of desolation. And he has not been able to get that on the board. And that would have been another major leap in terms of lifetime best for him, by the way. Shaking a little bit, and then it fell away. Anyway, just very briefly about the World Championship venue in '97 and the host club there in that basketball stadium, the Capitanes. I've got to update their position because they're not actually in the top flight of the Mexican League anymore. They're in the NBA G League since last year. That's serious stuff. The big development league of the NBA. Ahmed Al-Kaki can impress us in a similar way. 172. This is a good leap. So this at the moment would only be surpassed by 4 others to start off in Group A if he gets this, and then obviously, well, what does he look at after that? Maybe 176, 177. There's only 3 who are aiming higher than that in Group A. And so he's up for something big. Ahmed Al-Kaki, West Asian Games silver medalist, and all of those underage successes, the Asian Youth Games, the World Juniors. Here he comes. If he gets this, he's got a big platform to go high, and he has that. 3 white lights for Ahmed Al-Kaki, 172, and the world is his oyster, or at least this event is. He's got a great prospect. A 337 in terms of the total lift as well, and he could go and impress a lot in terms of barging through the men who are ready to shape up in Group A a little bit later in about 25 minutes time. This is good from Ahmed Al-Kaki. I think he's actually quite unfortunate to have ended up in Group B, the truth be told. Here he is, 165. That's the top tally. 172 hasn't been added yet. It will be. Leads by 39 kilos, and his total lift is still not there. 337. Okayama second, 133. Hisawi third, 130. So Al-Kaki impressive with his 172. And at the moment we have only had 3 men out of these 6 who've had all of their lifts through. So obviously that figure can't get any higher as we see the return of Harold Sheka Kamara for Sierra Leone. Very good evening if you're watching from there. Well, another attempt at 70. Missed it in the previous round, and it was only 2 and against. So he wasn't that far off. Got 60. Did a good job with getting 60. So Kamara for Sierra Leone in his international debut. He was steady enough last time. He's looking to be steady here, trying to get that stop sequence right. And he has 2-1. Good lift, and he can celebrate a lot. 2 lifetime bests today, 60 and 70. And congratulations for that. This helps the sport in his country a large amount. He's impressed today. Total lift of 130. He's got 2 marks on the board today, and that is just great. Well done, sir. Just had to keep that under control, and he just about did. And then the press was fine, the stop sequence was fine, an obvious stop against the chest, and that's where it just goes wrong for so many. Not him. It went wrong for him in the previous round, mind you, but he's got this one absolutely spot on. Back again for Kyrgyzstan. What an attractive flag they have, and an attractive national costume as a result. So 105, 111 for Azazbak Narbiev. 115 is his target now to increase the lifetime best. This would be very useful in terms of the total lift as well. He'd go to 331. Here he is. Oh, that is a bit shaky, and it was a little bit wonky, and well, he finishes on 111. He's given that a good go. Finishes with a total lift of 216, which won't be troubling those who will come a little bit later. But something over 330. Well, it would have stood to him for a good bit. He'd have been up the pecking order. So we have a situation now where we will only have a maximum of 2 to get all their lifts in out of Group B. And this is one of the men who could actually get all 3 lifts in. It is Shin Yong-hun of Korea. He's already rattled up really impressive marks so far today. 117 and 120. Two championships we've seen him in. 7th place in that Asia Oceania Championships last summer. 6 months ago. Did well in terms of the total lift, which is why we always say it's worth getting all of your lifts in, no matter where in the competition you are. You get them all in, the rest go too high, then you can finish quite high in the standings. 361 he could get in terms of the total, should he be successful with this. He's Definitely enjoyed the competition so far. Korea, it's felt like they've had entries in almost every weight division to date at this Fazza World Cup in Dubai. So 124 for Shin Yong-hun. He'll stay in 4th place. That would be at best 10th overall when we reach the end of the competition. But he has used his strength to push that through, and that is a good lift. 2-1 in his favour, and that is tremendous when it comes to the total lift. He is going to be among the leaders all the way to the end. Whether he stays there or not is no longer up to him. He started with 117, went on to 120, then 124, 3-6-1, and that will be, unless Al-Kaki lifts in this last round, and he's in good form as well, Al-Kaki and Chin will be the top 2 in terms of the total lift for a good while. Probably towards the earliest time they could be knocked out of it would be towards the end of the 2nd round of Group A, as there are quite a number of leaps towards the end of the opening round. But this is really strong going. So for Saudi Arabia, second attempt was successful at 130, missed the first one. Going again now at 135. Well, possibilities here at 135. He would leap up a place, up into 2nd. Still has a good bit of time on his side. 135 will be a nice little leap to put him above Okayama, who obviously has his right to reply coming up. 135 for Sawi, and that will be a good lift. 3 white lights, 135. He's worked that one out well. 135 it is, 265. The overall total for Abra Hazawi of Saudi Arabia. And the day has finally gone well for him. It wasn't the brightest start. There was only 2 and against, by the way. It's worth pointing out in terms of the first lift. And he's successful again. It was just a nice, pristine lift, really. No, that was beginning to tark back a little bit, and if that was going to hit the rack, then that would have been lift cancelled. So now for Japan, it is Kazuki Okayama. He missed 140 in the 2nd round. He was looking a good prospect as well, potentially, of being high in the rankings going through, certainly in terms of the total lift. But he stalled on 140, so he's going for it again here. And this to go back into the silver medal position ahead of Hazawi, with Group A still to come. Okiyama with a chance to add 7 kilos on. He's been a dominant figure in this weight division domestically. Quite a number of national titles now under his belt. Was on the wheelchair tennis circuit for a couple of years now with the Sidon Chemical Industry team. And 140. It looks a bit tighter than the last one. Oh, it definitely was. He couldn't get it raised. He's got this one raised. 140. He nailed it. And he is back into the silver medal position. That actually puts him into 3rd place, behind Shin and behind Al-Kaki. In terms of the total lift, Al-Kaki, his overall lifts have been way ahead of everyone else, and he still has one to go. Excellent lift. Good clean lines as usual. And well, he would just be hoping that he had got the previous one, and that might have been to wrap up a go at 142 or 143. That would have been very good in terms of the total lift. It certainly is for Al-Kaki right now. 175 he's aiming for here, and this for a lead to go deep into Group A, both in terms of the best lift, where our main titles are, and the total lift, and he would have this for a long time. This would be going well into the final round of Group A if he gets this. Fourth in the African Open Championships in Cairo, where he lifted 176. It's interesting he's not decided to go there today. This is a World Cup, of course. 172 he started with in Cairo, 176, and then missed 180. So he's on the way. Well, he's pushed that through well. We'll have to see about the stop sequence, but 175, Al-Kaki 2 and against, and it was the stop sequence. Oh dear. What really good progress he was making, but that was the obvious thing that was going to let him down. 172 he leads going into Group A, and he does have a total lift of 337, so he is in 2nd place in that. But if he had just got that stop sequence right, if it had looked right even from one other angle, but it didn't, the angle we saw it from the opposite side, you saw the daylight, you saw that it wasn't brushing the chest. It would have looked fine obviously to the centre referee. Group B is done. Group A is coming. Maria Shawira looking to inspire and advise Marek Trikasz of Poland, who is coming. The outgoing European champion heading into Tbilisi this year, and he finished behind Mark Swan of Great Britain and Grzegorz Lanza of Poland for the bronze this time around. He is 37 now, turned 37 a week after those championships in Tbilisi. But he got the bronze all the same. He is now the former European champion. Mark Swan, who took that gold, was originally due to be in the weight division above, but then he weighed in bang on 65k. The Marek Trikash is ready to go. And here he comes. Trikash for Poland to get this lift in at 165, and that is a good lift. It's a great way to start for Marek Trikash. 2-1 in his favour. The man who finished 4th in the Paralympic Games in Rio in 2016. The man from Zielona Góra, which is on the main line from Berlin on the train due east. Well, that's worked out fine, and it puts him into the silver medal position. Marek Trikash, the former European champion. Now for Iran, Ali Saifi. The Iranian champion of 2021. And he did not register a mark at the Asia Oceania Championships. 3 attempts at 177, and he missed them all. Would have had him quite high in the standings had he managed to achieve it. It would have been a bronze medal, even if he got the first one. But instead it was no mark, and he suffered a wipeout in the Asia Oceania Championships in Pyeongtaek. Eighth in the World Championships in Tbilisi last year. Asian Games, Asian Youth Games, silver medalist back in 2013, and the champion of Iran last year. It is a great path into World Powerlifting. Ali Saifi from Razavi, Khorasan province. A very strong coaching team that they have there, and he goes in to share the lead on 172. He leaps up there well alongside Ahmed Al-Karki. 172. And he is our joint leader. Well, performed really brilliantly so far, and now the Asia Oceania champion is next. It is Ashok. In terms of the total lift, I should say, from the 65 kilo final, he won bronze, which was a lovely achievement in the main lift, and gold in the total. no mark in the World Championships in Tbilisi last year. That's something that he will be seeking to avoid here. Sixth in the Asian Championships in 2015, fifth in the most recent Asian Para Games 4 years ago, as he's coming in for the lead at 175. And that's a good lift from Ashok. It's 3 white lights and he goes in front. Well, this is all going well, and again he's being helped around by the coach Jatinder among the India coaching staff, and he will have good prospects in the Asian Para Games next year, as they're due to take place now in Hangzhou in China. Well, here's another of the stars, Hossein Betir of Algeria. The African champion. That great crown lifted in Cairo 6 weeks ago, 193. He finished with the reigning world champion from last year in Tbilisi. Silver in 2019, bronze in 2017. He has been gliding up and up, and actually he'd finished 4th in 2014, so he's been moving up 1 place in the sequence. 4, 3, 2, 1. He'll be in place 0 next year then. Paralympic bronze in Tokyo after no mark in Rio, where he really did finish in place 0 actually. Really well coached, the man from Mascara, and as always it is Mohammed Salah Benatia who's on stage with him and getting his viewing angles right. Hossein Betir trying to get his lifting angles right, and of course he has. The world champion, the African champion, he leads 185. You were never going to doubt Hossein Betir, were you? Excellent. Well, he is proving to be the man as usual. So Betir right now is the man to beat, and there are 2 men who are looking to beat him, and this is one of the ultimate champions, of course. Juan Carlos Garrido, who has seen America's record slip out of his grasp earlier today. America's and Pan Am champion. But bronze behind the Americans of Jacob Herbert and David Horvath. In terms of total lift in St. Louis, individually, gold again, over and over again. 4th in the Paralympic Games. That's in Tokyo. His previous best 6th in 2000. Juan Carlos Garrido. Well, this is going to be a solid start for him at 185. He is a solid competitor. Oh no, it's 2 and against, and Garrido misses out on the press sequence. 2-1 against. Well, my days. Well, that's interesting. And we took a 15-month break after not registering a lift in the 2016 Paralympic Games, his first Paralympics in 16 years. In 2004, he'd been entered, you might remember, for the wrong competition. He felt in great fettle going into it. He couldn't compete and he retired for 7 years. But of course, he's more than made up for it since then. A whole phalanx of international titles and medals. Amir Jafari of Iran going for the lead at 190. Mr. Reliable for Iran. Good lift. Mr. Reliable he remains. A good lift for the champ. And he wheels away where he would wish to be, where he personally would expect to be, and that is out in front. Ali Jafari, just what a campaigner. And the man who won the silver behind Zhu Yi earlier this year in the Asia Oceania Championships. Round 1 done, round 2 coming. And the Asian Games champion is our leader. Marek Trikash, the former European champion, back on stage. This will definitely be a big help in terms of the total lift as well for the former European champion. A whole range of reigning champions, but also former champions in this. And this man is no exception. But that is no lift, I fear to say. Well, That has torn it a little bit. He misses out on 170. And for Malik Trikash, a little bit awkward. Well, he finds himself in an awkward situation. So we go on, Ali Saifi, 172 he enjoyed in the previous round, and now he's going for 176. And this would set him up into the bronze medal position. He's tied on 172 alongside our best campaigner from Group B, Ahmed Al-Kaki. Ali Saifi, who is still looking for a big adult success globally after enjoying Asian Youth Games silver 9 years ago. But when it comes to Iran, the hardest part is getting onto the international team, because so many of the best in the world come from Iran anyway. Trying to qualify for Paralympic Games as the top Iranian is very hard indeed. So on the way in, and Ali Saifi has got a good lift there, 176, and he goes up into the bronze medal position. Excellent. Well, this is a very, very positive time for it. Exquisite, good lines, good lifter. So is this man for India, Ashok, as he looks to add another couple of kilos onto his score, going for 176. This to go level with Ali Saifi, tied in the bronze medal position. Has a good prospect in terms of the medals, definitely Ashok. Put him on to a healthy enough total score as well. Another new set of medals available for that, obviously. Anyway, 176 for Ashok, having got 175. It always was looking very achievable for him, and he has got a good lift of 3 white lights, 176, and Ashok succeeds for India. 351 is total score, and that actually puts him now into second position in that, because Shin was the only one to have all 3 lifts in the Group B. Ashok succeeding well here, and after a solid start with 175, he decided to stay a little bit conservatively with 176, but that was an excellently achieved result. Juan Carlos Garrido, the Americas and the Pan Am champion, the world champion bronze medalist, And 4th in Tokyo, his best ever Paralympic Games result, but so close to getting on the podium for the first time. $185, he missed in the first round, only just. 2-1 against, and now, that was on the press sequence, and now going for 185 again to put him into the silver medal position alongside Hossein Betir of Algeria. There's still 2 to go in this round. This is where it's got a little bit tentative for Garrido, as we normally see him being the man or a man way out in front, and having him miss out in the opening round just feels as if he's put himself on the back foot a little bit here. Juan Carlos Garrido, 185 again. This would go into a tie for silver for now, and he's looking to make that a lot more obvious. The result is not yet, so we will go to the flags, and it is 3 white flags. So Juan Carlos Garrido, Vamos, he's got it, he's back into the silver medal position, and that reaction kind of makes you think that he felt that he could have done that last time. He definitely wanted to do it last time. He has done it now. Juan Carlos Garrido, 185. Doesn't want to lose ground. Might have lost a little bit for now, but he's back up into the medals again. And, well, Ashok and Ali Saifi are basically going to have to go to 186 to dislodge him. Hossein Betir, the African champion, the world champion, the Paralympic bronze medalist who edged his way in last year in Tokyo. Betir with the bronze in the men's 65 kilo final, behind Liu Lei and Amir Jafari Arenga. It's in a different weight division to Juan Carlos Garrido. Betir had a lift of 192 in the second round, and he was leaping, trying to get the gold. If he'd got his last lift of 198, he would have got it. On the old rule, the head-to-head tie, he was lighter body weight compared to Liu Lei, and he almost made it. So Betir, penultimate lift of this round. And Betir pushing it on in his effort to get 191 and to go into the lead, and he feels he's done it, and he's right. 191 for Hossein Betir. He leads by 1 ahead of Amir Jafari Arenga, and the game is afoot. 3 men fighting hard for the gold medal, and Hossein Betir is into the lead. He's not world champion for nothing. Betir with a tremendous effort. His lift Last year, 194 saw him leap up into the medals from nowhere. You might well remember that. He was down in 6th place. And his last lift of 194 elevated him right up to gold. His first world title. Actually, his first major crown, full stop. Had been World Championship silver medalist previously, as I was saying before. In the last 4 World Championships, in numerical order, in chronological order, he's finished 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st. Where does that leave him to go next year here? So, Bertier leads 191. In 2nd place, Amir Jafari Arenga, who comes now. Well, all is set. There's just a slight technical stop at the moment because Amir Jafari Arenga is ready, the Asian Games champion. Gold in the last 2 Asian Para Games in Incheon in 2014 and Jakarta in 2018. World Championship silver last year as he was ready to win, but was just overtaken right at the death, and Paralympic silver as well. Missed out on the World Championship title by 1 kilo. He lifted 193 in the last round. He too made a big jump up from, it was something like 7th place heading into the final round. He'd lifted 186, Petir 187, and then suddenly they came into the equation for the battle for gold, almost out of nowhere. It was one of the tightest finishes that we've seen in a long time. There was only 7 kilos between the top 6. Going into the final round, there was, I'd estimate something like 5 kilos between the top 6. It's an amazing men's 65 kilo final. And in the Paralympic Games, Amir Jafari Arenga lifted 195 in the opening round. Was second behind Liu Lei, and neither of them were able to advance on that, and that's how they finished 1st and 2nd, with Hossein Better in 3rd. 192. So Amir Jafari, the Asian Games champion, this for 195 to match his Paralympic total in Tokyo, and this to regain the lead. Currently on 190, he is a kilo behind Hossein Betir. This to regain the lead for Iran, and he has done it. Good lift, 3 white lights. Amir Jafari is back in the lead and looking for more. What a contest. Only 2 misses in Group A, only 1 miss in this second round, and the standards continue to be high. So Amir Jafari Arenga leads 195. Hossein Better in 2nd, 191. Juan Carlos Garrido 3rd for Chile in 185. Ashok in 4th for India, alongside Ali Saifi of Iran on 176. Final round. Marek Trekasz of Poland returns. 3rd and final attempt, going again for 170. He would stay in 7th position. the European champion in Bergsamere in 2018. Unfortunate not to get 170 last time out. He's always been a top 4 finisher in the European Championships, twice in 4th, once in 3rd this year, and the previous championships, the coast of Brittany. In northern France, he was the champion. So 170 for Trikash, and it's too much. Unable to get the press through, he will finish on 165, and he finishes in 7th position. Whether he got that or not, it's 170 for him. How unfortunate. So he's missed out his last 2 attempts. Malik Trikash. And, well, maybe suggesting there was a bit of a shoulder strain. The right shoulder he's been gesturing towards. Yeah, it definitely looked as if he was able to extend on the left hand side of Mariusz Awiva. Looking with curiosity. Definitely he was going to be able to extend that left arm, but not the right. It definitely looks like there's been a bit of a shoulder issue. And when that happens, that is that. Ashok. He's cleared 175 and 176. This for 179. Now there is significance to this. So he's got his 2 marks already, and this to leap into the lead in terms of the total lift. He's currently on 348. No, he's on 351. And this would send him up to 530. So 179 for Ashok. And he's pushing through, and he's coming through. Oh, it's no lift, and it's 2-1 against. And his hopes are dashed a little bit. 351 he ends up on. And in terms of the main lift, well, that was the fight for trying to copper fat in 4th place. He's in a big joust with Ali Saifi for that. And the bronze medalist in the Asia Oceania Championships. It's great to see India winning so many medals now in this sport. They've had a tremendous breakthrough. He won the total lift in Pyeongtaek, but hasn't been able to add to his crown here. And Saifi comes now. Well, he's lifted 172 and 176, so that puts him on 348 in terms of the total lift, and he's going for 182 here, and he would stay in 4th position. 4th is secured for him now. Ashok was unable to overtake. He and Ashok lifting 176 in the second round, so they're tied for 4th. There is no head-to-head required, unless he misses this. Juan Carlos Garrido and Hossein Better finished level on 191 in 2nd place outright. Garrido is going for 191 next. There may be a need for a couple of head-to-head lifts, or there may be need for none. Ali Saifi going for 182. This would leave him a total lift of 530. It would be a very strong lead. But Betir and Jafari Orenga have had their 2 lifts ahead of him already, successful, and would overtake with another one. And they would be close to 600 points. There's the push through by Ali Saifi for 182, and that is a good lift, 2-1 in his favour. 182. And that was just splendid. $530 he does end up with, and that is the target that only Hossein Betir and Amir Jafari can now break. So the 3 medalists we know, the order we do not know. Juan Carlos Garrido of Chile, Hossein Betir of Algeria, Amir Jafari Orenga of Iran. And it is Juan Carlos Garrido to go first. So if he gets 191 here, he goes level with Hossein Betir to tie, for the moment, into the silver medal position. Ali Saifi cleared 182, he is in 4th. And he is the man who would be promoted to the podium if there is a tie in the top 3. And this has got added significance, as he's going for 191 to attempt to break the record set, funnily enough, in this event last year by his teammate Jorge Caranao. He's already seen his 59 kilo final title record go to Herbert Aceituno, and this to regain a different record at 65. And he's obviously high in the rankings for both, as he's competing in both quite a lot. To go into a tie for the silver medal position. And a new American record, 191, Juan Carlos Garrido for Chile. The America's champion, the Para-Pan Am's champion. On the brink. Juan Carlos Garrido driving through. He has got it raised, and that is a new record. He goes into the silver medal position, a tie for it. And on the day he loses one America's record, he gains a different one. He's whipped it away from his teammate Jorge Caranao, and Juan Carlos Garrido goes into a share for 2nd place. 2-1 in his favour. And that's 376 a total lift. So that puts him into 2nd. He is on the podium for that, and it's not guaranteed he'll remain, but he's there for now. Hossein Betir, the champion of all Africa, the champion of the world, and this for an attempt at the gold at 197. So this to go above Jafari, both today and in the race for Paris. 193 is already done this season. So Hossein Betir, 197 to take the lead in everything. He's aced 185 and 191. 197. By the way, the world record set in this location as well in this event in 2018 by Paul Kehinde of Nigeria. Here he comes. Brilliant lift by Betir, and it is a good lift. He goes into the lead, 197, Hossein Betir. What a lift. What a great lift. He goes second behind Mark Swan in terms of the race to Paris. That was the European record for Mark Swan as well. Hossein Betir, the world champion, goes into the gold medal position here in everything. And of course, Paul Kehinde, greatly remembered after his passing just over a year ago. The 18th of November last year, passed away in Lagos at the age of 33. Still the world record holder. We have had some very sad deaths of current stars, and they will be remembered. Amir Jafari then for Iran, 198, and this to win the set. To overtake Betir by a kilo and to win the total lift as well. He'd win it by 10 kilos if successful. Amir Jafari Aranga, the Asian Games champion, trying to overtake the world champion, having already seen off the Americas and the Pan Am champion. And that is victory! Amir Jafari Aranga wins for Iran! A sensational victory! He goes second in the race to Paris and he wins the gold. 198. 583 the total lift. He wins that by 10 and he wins the gold here by a kilo. And that was just great. So, Amir Jafari wins 198 with the last lift of the entire competition. Hossein Betir in second place, 197. Juan Carlos Garrido with the new America's record in third, 191. What an event. the presentation for the men's 65 kilo final, and a real classic, being led by Ali Zaid, the head of finance sector in the Fazza International Championships, for the people of determination. And how determined was Juan Carlos Guerrero to succeed there, because he won America's record today at 59 kilos, and now he's gained one at 65, and he's claimed the bronze as well. And he could, if he'd wanted to, gone for another one in the power lift, but obviously it would have had to have been for 199 kilos and gone for the gold here, and that is probably not something he wanted to do. Hossein Betir, the world champion, was leading until the final lift of this competition with a mammoth 197. He was denied. It is the silver medal for him, because the Algerian was overtaken right at the end by the Asian Para Games champion from Iran, Amir Jafari Arange. This was amazing. This was incredible. This was gold for Iran, for Amir Jafari Arange. A great result. 198 it was in the end. And for this Dubai World Cup, what a competition and what a win for Amir Jafari Arange. What a win for Iran. Hossein Betir has done a great job, and yet he had the gold whipped away by Amir Jafari right at the end. These are three men, all continental champions, and of course a global champion here as well, who have given us a couple of hours of tremendous entertainment. Amir Jafari Arange, Hossein Betir, Juan Carlos Guerrero, the 1-2-3 in the men's 65 kilo final. And coming up next, in the blink of an eye, and it pretty much literally is that, it is the women's 67 kilo final. That's coming up shortly. It's on this channel. You are going nowhere, because we're going nowhere. And here's the total. Amir Jafari Arange the gold, Hossein Betir the silver, and Ali Saifi of Iran got all of his lifts in, and he gets the bronze.